There are times in the exploration of deep space when the universe behaves exactly as our mathematics demand. Moments when reality unfolds neatly along the lines of equations written into textbooks and repeated for generations. When every prediction holds and every law remains intact. But then there are the rare, quiet moments. Moments that don't merely test physics, but seem to twist it, stretch it, and quietly answer back in ways that feel disturbingly deliberate. Voyager 1, the most distant human-made object ever created, has just experienced one of those moments. For almost 50 years, Voyager has been drifting farther from Earth, slipping beyond the sun's magnetic breath, past the protective shell of the heliosphere, and into a realm so cold, so hostile, and so saturated with cosmic radiation that no machine was ever designed to survive there. And yet, against every reasonable expectation, Voyager continues to speak. This time, however, something answered. It wasn't static. It wasn't noise. It wasn't plasma interference or solar remnants bleeding through the void. It was organized, patterned, responsive, a signal that behaved not like background chaos, but like acknowledgement, or worse, inspection. If the universe were an ocean, Voyager would be a message sealed inside a drifting bottle. And what just occurred feels like something, or someone, found that bottle, opened it, and began writing back. Tonight, we unravel how a 45-year-old spacecraft, held together by aging plutonium power sources and processors older than modern computing, encountered something that behaves like an advanced object, something far beyond our solar system, beyond our predictions, and beyond anything NASA ever prepared for. And once you understand Voyager's full journey, from Jupiter's violent storms, through Saturn's rings, past Uranus's tilt and Neptune's diamond rains, and finally into the interstellar abyss, you'll understand why this new signal isn't just strange. It's terrifying. Voyager 1 was never meant to survive this long. When it launched in 1977, its mission was straightforward: reach Jupiter, then Saturn, send back images and data, and quietly fade into silence as its instruments shut down one by one. It was designed to visit, not endure. But what followed transformed a brief planetary tour into the longest-running experiment in human history. With a 3.7-meter radio dish, 16 hydrazine thrusters, and plutonium-powered thermoelectric generators that weaken every year, Voyager should have gone dark decades ago. Instead, it remains there, 155 astronomical units from the sun, still transmitting, still listening, still alive. Its 11 scientific instruments were built for short flybys, not an eternal descent into the void. Most of them have already been powered down, but the few that remain continue to rewrite what we thought we knew. Voyager carries no modern software, no artificial intelligence, no advanced stabilization systems. Its memory capacity is smaller than a single photo on your phone, yet its endurance, precision, and almost uncanny ability to survive region after region of cosmic danger have made it the most improbable ambassador humanity has ever sent. And now, this ancient machine is no longer just a probe. It is our eyes inside a region of space we were never supposed to reach, a place where even NASA admits they had no expectations, because nothing built by human hands had ever gone there before. That is exactly why this new anomalous signal is so alarming. Everything Voyager taught us, from Jupiter's storms to Saturn's moons, Neptune's winds, and the structure of the heliopause, prepared us for surprises. But nothing prepared anyone for this. Voyager's first brush with the unknown didn't happen in interstellar space. It began at Jupiter. Long before plasma boundaries and magnetic thresholds, Voyager encountered something that stunned scientists. Planet-sized storms. Lightning 10 times more powerful than Earth's. Io's volcanoes blasting material hundreds of kilometers into space. Radiation belts so intense they nearly overwhelmed Voyager's sensors. Jupiter didn't just reveal motion. It revealed instability, power, and phenomena that defied predictions of the era. Hidden within that chaos were faint, irregular pulses. Subtle signals buried in electromagnetic turbulence. Patterns that didn't match Jupiter's rotation or its expected magnetospheric behavior. At the time, they were dismissed as noise, model errors, instrument artifacts. But today, knowing what we know now, Engineers are returning to those archived transmissions. Because Voyager's first encounter with the unknown may not have happened beyond the solar system at all, but right there at Jupiter, when the universe quietly showed us it could generate patterns we didn't understand. And if that was the hint, then what Voyager detected 40 years later may be the answer. Saturn marked Voyager 1's final planetary encounter, the last world it would ever see before being flung irreversibly toward interstellar darkness. The flyby was extraordinary. Rings revealed wave structures and gravitational resonances. Titan's thick haze concealed a surface that wouldn't be explored again for decades. But Saturn was also the turning point. As Voyager passed the shimmering rings and pale moons, it transitioned from a planetary mission into a cosmic exile. The sun dimmed. Signal delays stretched. Temperatures dropped. The solar wind weakened with every kilometer. What Voyager left behind was familiarity, orbital rhythms, predictable physics, the inner solar system's order. What it entered was something else entirely. A region where magnetic shields weaken, radiation intensifies, plasma turns chaotic, and physics no longer behaves the way our models expect. Saturn wasn't just a milestone. It was the final checkpoint before crossing into the unknown. And knowing what we know now, Saturn's farewell feels symbolic. The last moment of cosmic order before the universe revealed its true complexity. While Voyager 1 moved outward, Voyager 2 pressed deeper, encountering Uranus and Neptune, ice giants that behaved like riddles wrapped in magnetic storms. Uranus lay on its side, a planet knocked over by a colossal ancient impact. Temperatures plunged to minus 323 degrees Fahrenheit. Storms erupted without warning. Faint rings shimmered in darkness. Neptune unleashed winds exceeding 1,300 miles per hour, the fastest in the solar system, alongside the mysterious Great Dark Spot, a storm that appeared and vanished unpredictably. Triton erupted with nitrogen geysers, launching material into space before it froze and fell like cosmic snow. Beneath these worlds, scientists believe diamonds rained downward, sinking slowly through icy mantles. These discoveries mattered more than anyone realized. Because the deeper Voyager traveled, the clearer it became. The universe thrives on extremes. If planets could flip sideways, winds could outrun sound, and diamonds could rain from alien skies, then what might exist beyond the sun's reach? The ice giants hinted at a disturbing truth. The universe doesn't care about our expectations. And when Voyager finally crossed into interstellar space, that truth became undeniable. As Voyager drifted farther from the sun's warmth, it entered the heliosphere, a massive bubble carved by solar wind, shielding every planet, moon, and human-made object inside it. For decades, scientists debated its shape and size. Voyager was the first to pass through, and what it found was anything but simple. The heliosphere was turbulent, unstable, shifting like a cosmic heartbeat driven by solar cycles and magnetic fluctuations. Voyager felt the solar wind weaken. Particles thinned, slowed, then vanished, replaced by dense, alien interstellar plasma. The sun's protection had limits. Beyond them lay a region where radiation surged, magnetic fields twisted, and nothing felt familiar. Voyager crossed that fading boundary slowly, and beyond it lay the region where the mysterious signal would later appear. At last, Voyager reached the helipause, the razor-thin frontier where solar wind dies and interstellar space begins. No one predicted what awaited there. The boundary was violent. Plasma waves crashed like invisible tsunamis. Magnetic fields twisted unpredictably. Energies oscillated in defiance of every model. This wasn't a gentle transition. It was a collision zone, two cosmic oceans slamming together. Voyager detected pressures and oscillations suggesting the interstellar medium was far denser and more structured than imagined. The helipause wasn't just a boundary. It was a threshold, and when Voyager crossed it, its instruments didn't report calm. They reported patterns, rhythmic pulses, repeating oscillations. At the time, NASA assumed they were natural. Today, those assumptions are being questioned. Beyond the helipause, Voyager entered interstellar space, a realm harsher and stranger than anything inside the solar system. The sun's magnetic influence fell silent. Cosmic rays arrived relentlessly, fragments of dead stars and ancient explosions. Interstellar plasma moved like a cold, invisible ocean, dense with structure. This space wasn't empty. It was alive with currents, turbulence, and pressure waves. And Voyager became the first human-made object to witness it directly. Interstellar space was louder, more energetic, and more organized than predicted. Plasma waves formed harmonics. Magnetic fields shifted with eerie regularity. Cosmic rays arrived in structured patterns. Voyager, alone in the void, was showing us that deep space is far more complex than any simulation ever suggested. Voyager's plasma wave instrument, a relic of 1970s engineering, became the key. Plasma waves aren't sound, but their frequencies can be translated into audio. What scientists didn't release were the strange harmonics, repeating structures that didn't behave like random turbulence. They shifted suddenly, responded to something external. At the time, NASA called them unexpected behavior. Today, many believe they were precursors, early signs that something advanced existed near Voyager. The plasma wasn't just reacting. It was responding. Years later, Voyager detected a faint, constant hum, an ultra-low frequency resonance filling interstellar space. NASA believed it would be smooth. It wasn't. The hum fluctuated, rose, fell, shifted without explanation. In hindsight, those fluctuations align with the periods leading up to the new signal. The hum may not have been background noise. It may have been the first indication Voyager wasn't alone. Then Voyager's thrusters began behaving strangely. They corrected themselves, realigned the antenna with impossible precision. Something was stabilizing the spacecraft. Then came magnetic distortions, smooth, artificial changes lasting weeks. Not solar storms, not cosmic shocks. They looked engineered, as if Voyager passed through the wake of something large. And then it happened. A signal, not from Earth, not from Voyager, but from Voyager's direction. Structured, layered, intentional. It arrived in sync with Voyager's transmissions, as if something had learned its rhythm. NASA tested everything. Nothing explained it. Voyager was no longer alone. The signal only returned during routine transmissions, not experiments. It was choosing when to respond. When decoded, the pattern revealed structured gaps, like headers in a digital file. This wasn't noise. It was a transmission. Doppler shifts revealed movement, deliberate repositioning. Not drifting, not orbiting, studying, interacting. Finally, NASA reached an unavoidable conclusion. Voyager had encountered an object, an advanced object, one that communicates, moves with intent, distorts magnetic fields, one that understands Voyager better than we do. No propulsion, no heat signature, something that shouldn't exist. And Voyager 1, humanity's oldest, weakest probe, became the first witness. A spacecraft built in the 1970s has become the first ambassador in a conversation we never prepared for. This is interaction. And if this shook you, don't leave quietly. Subscribe, because what comes next may redefine our place in the cosmos. Like and share the video so others understand what just happened. And tell me, is this object a relic, a sentinel, or the first member of a civilization we've only just encountered?